Welcome back to hour number 3 of Pawns and Patrons. We just saw our party's numbers dwindle by 5. Was it 5 characters down already? Horrific. Including fan favorite Froge Dudet. Let's take a look at some of the highlight reel of Froge Dudet's life. Do y'all remember when Froge Dudet...
Oh, I thought that was it.
It was alive.
Do y'all remember when Froge Dudet walked up to the vine horror sitting on its pole?
That was my favorite moment.
That was awesome.
What about when the vine horror slaughtered him furiously with the vines? Good times, Froge Dudet. We love you.
Remember when he was buried underneath a tree?
I do.
Yeah.
Remember when he said...
That was a classic. Classic line.
Yeah.
From
Classic.
He's always saying
Froge.
stuff like that. That's it.
Classic Froge. I hope we honor him.
Classic Froge. All right, fantastic. So, meanwhile, back here, I'd like to imagine that like the review of Froge Dudet's life was playing in the crystal ball as our patrons looked on from above. Meanwhile, here in the real world, Barbara has just stepped in through the gate of this keep into the keep area. So just for me to like zoom out just a little bit, and I think you can see everything here. Let me just take a look at what you can see. Yeah, there's a couple of things, right? So Barbara, you can see over here, there's a door that leads to sort of that rightmost front tower. It's closed, heavy wooden door. Here, there's another door that it's like a stone building attached to the outer wall that's just all burnt and blackened. Meanwhile, the path in this keep courtyard proceeds to arch around towards this well. And there's like a tuft of grass grown up around a large block of stone over here that doesn't appear to be the same kind of stone as the crumbled wall in the back. There's a big landslide in the northwest corner, this back west corner. The northeast corner, there's just this gaping hole in the ground with a thick silvery mist rising up out of it. You can even see that this back right tower has collapsed partially and fallen away into this hole. And again, like you just see this silvery mist rising up from the terrain where this hole is.
Well,
And that's
Barbara,
what you can see.
Barbara will quickly come back to the front and motion for people to gather so she can explain that there's these 2 doors, there's a well, some sort of weird stone. She thinks it might be like a gravestone or something.
The well.
Yeah, Beverly also touches your shoulder and says, "We got to avoid the well."
Yes,
Okay.
that's what Grolbless says. Beware the well. Beware the well. It has swallowed many a poor souls. Beware the well. Beware the well. They say.
Are you all
will
right?
be the end of your... What rhymes with soul?
Well, just
And
bless
then
your
the
heart
red
for
red's like,
remembering that.
Rock and roll.
There's also a tower collapsing into what seems to be an endless pit of vapor, but I think I need to get closer to get a better look. And a landslide, and then 2 doors.
How close did you get to those vapors?
Not close at all. Maybe 100 feet from it.
Well, ain't nothing to do with doors but go through them.
Does anyone know what the evil ruins are? I remember someone saying something to the effect, no good can come from disturbing the evil ruins. I suppose that means there's good ruins in here that we can disturb.
Always.
Yes,
disturb
that
the
makes
good
a lot of
rooms.
sense.
That's I've heard that too. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go look at the vapors, and if I don't come back, then and then she just goes.
Siri and Beverly are gonna come around the wall, but they're kind of like the 2 of them are looking out together, like on high alert, and they're gonna hug this right wall here as they come in.
What do the vapors show me?
Cool. How about the other characters being left behind? Do the others just like camp outside?
My characters are coming, but they're content to be the last ones in.
Okay. Seems the safest. Why doesn't everybody go ahead and like move their collection of characters where you want them to be?
Here.
And are
My
inching up
characters
in
just
there.
want to be behind the other characters because my party historically was the first in last time, and it did not go well for us.
That is true.
Yeah, Red tends to be in the front. Growlabless is like trailing back. He's carrying the stick though. He feels really good about this stick. He
Are
lets
Rachel-
Steven chew on it a little bit.
Are Rachel and Steven, the dogs, getting along?
I imagine so.
Great.
Little butt sniffing.
They're probably like really excited to meet another dog.
Combat dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do I still have the excuse me.
You still have
Does
the leg.
Rachel the dog still have I'm not the that's complicated.
Rachel the dog does still have the leg.
Okay.
It's true.
Oh, then Growlabless see that and feels a little bad for Steven, so he gives him the stick.
Steven takes it in his mouth and goes,
Yeah. Godjev kind of stares at all of this.
Yeah. Goats actually have like a very piercing, like less staccato sound. It's very like meh.
Okay, meh.
Yeah.
I go meh. Well, not me. Godjev goes meh.
Mm-hmm. It makes me so gratified that all of you are like, I go as I named all these animals after you.
we are all playing the animals that we are. Okay, so Barbara, you're stepping over to examine this this mist rising from this hole, huh? Yeah, there's this yawning sinkhole ahead of you that has devoured nearly a third of the courtyard, causing a tower and a wall to collapse and plunge down into the depths. Mist billows up from the sinkhole, obscuring sight. As you look, you can see like the mist taking shapes, tortured faces and writhing forms that appear briefly and then dissolve back into nothingness as quickly as they appeared. As you walk forwards, you have this eerie premonition that the earth beneath you is hollow, as if you're walking over a frozen lake.
That's very unsettling.
Yeah, but there's also the well. I wonder if we looked in the well if we could see.
No, not the
down.
well. Not the well. You hear that from afar from Growlabless.
Barbara, do you back away from the edge?
Oh, absolutely.
As
Yeah.
you back away, the floor beneath you crumbles, dropping away into the nothingness mists below. Please make a DC 13 reflex save.
That's
Barbara,
one.
the barrel-making artist, plummets into the mists, vanishing, her scream swallowed up by the strange mists that cover her body.
She's
What?
scouting ahead, right?
She's gone.
She is
Just
gone.
disappeared. Okay.
And Barbara, you die.
Just to be clear.
There's,
about what happened here.
there's like silvery mist and then blackness, and then you hit something incredibly hard and you die.
Thank you.
Siri screams and wants to run to you, but Beverly grabs her and says, no! And then Beverly would like to grab like a rock or something loose and chuck it into the mist to get a sense of if we're going to ever see Barbara again.
Are you moving over to the, like right now I see Beverly around the south wall.
Yeah, Beverly
I don't think your
honestly
throwing arm
should
is that
play for
strong.
like a football team because she's pretty good, but this is like kind of like a beaten path here where Siri would be able to see that animals have tread, right? Like things have walked successfully on this drawn path here.
Yep, totally.
Siri's going to kind of go up there, and Beverly, trusting Siri's adventuring, is going to follow her. Is this a more reasonable distance to throw, or is she going to have to get closer still?
You could huck a rock that far.
All right.
Like that's quite far. That's like 50, 60 feet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're definitely not anywhere near the edge. So you pull up a rock from the ground and you huck it across, and it sails into the mists. And you listen, and you just hear nothing. You see horrid faces rise from the mists and writhing figures. One of them looks suspiciously like Barbara before fading into nothingness.
Huh. Beverly is shook, but Siri's actually still pretty curious now about the path and how it falls away there. But animals have known to avoid it. Animals have been coming through here. Animals know the true path. Animals have also been walking the heck over to the well as well. It looks like from the beaten path.
No, not the well.
Yeah,
Or
well, she
have
wants to
they
look
been
around and
coming
kind of see.
out of the well?
I don't know, any like discolored patches of fur or weird footprints closer to this area now as well.
There are footprints that are leading both to and away from the well. So if there are animals coming out of the well, like there are also animals going to the well. Yeah. So where are you looking, Beverly?
Beverly's just kind of shook standing there. Siri's kind of like, she's not going to get much closer to the well, probably like about this close, but to notice that animals are confidently walking up to it and back. And she thinks animals are smarter than most humans, so she doesn't fear the well too much.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Dunitush and Agnes are still chicken in the doorway, but she'll make her way around since this has been successfully tread ground, and Agnes is just a follower.
Cool. What about Fran and Hagatha and Shambler?
Fran and Shambler are just kind of like slowly taking up the rear. Froge was their party member, and they're still reeling. So they don't sniff things out. They're gonna let everybody else do it.
Fair.
Roll of Bless
Hagatha-
kind of likes this mood, so he kind of goes into that with them. He's like, yeah, can't believe Froge's gone. He's kind of
Hagatha,
hoping to get a new party.
Are you just camping outside?
Hagatha's gonna keep an eye on this back road until the party sort of starts to clear this area, and once they move out of here, then she's gonna like try and catch up.
Okay,
She's gonna wait a little.
Sure.
Yeah, also they just watched someone like break through the ground and disappear into the mist, so they're not super highly motivated to move forward.
Fair.
Actually, Shambler probably is fine. Like, he's like happy to move forward, but he's so slow that it seems like he's hanging back.
Yep, totally.
He's going.
Roll of Bless is like hanging on to the iron skillet and thinking of like, maybe we should just stop here and, eat some food.
As people get closer to Siri and she feels like the confidence in numbers, mainly that if something leapt out and attacked, that it would have multiple targets and not just her. She'd also like to pitch a rock, but she's going to pitch it into the well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you
Not the
pull a rock up from the
well.
ground. Give me an agility check. Just like roll plus your agility. Cool. Yeah, it's not too hard. You like miss the first one, but you recalculate your aim and toss a second rock, and it clocks into the well, and you hear this clong, 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 clong as the rock bounces against the sides of the well as it falls and falls and falls. You hear about 16 bangs of rock against stone as it falls before they are finally all too faint for you to hear.
Siri shrugs. At least spirits didn't come out of that one.
Seems fine to me. Shambler keeps slowly moving forward.
Come on, Shambler. You can catch up now.
Fran is bringing all the animals too, so they're kind of slow going as like she convinces the horse to come in and all that.
They're getting herded.
Dunitush likes the puppy. I'm just gonna hang out over there.
Red
She's a kid.
joins Siri and is like, We got this. Let's show them what we're made of.
Absolutely. After you, Siri says.
Sure, no problem. Where to?
Well, there might be a bottom to that well, but we couldn't find the bottom to the mists.
But you know what the rumor says, and then you hear growl blast from the back. Don't, not the well. Beware the well. It's swallowed many a poor soul.
Didn't I hear
Well, where
someone
would you
say
know?
something about tread paths and walking where others have gone? That sounded like a wonderful idea. Whose idea was that?
Siri feels like chuffed, but she doesn't volunteer that it was her.
Isn't there something else in the well? What about that way? Or this
It
way?
looks great, sweetie. Why don't you take us there?
Okay.
So now that there are more of you in here, I can describe this building on the right a little more clearly. It has fallen into ruins just like the rest of the keep, and all that remains of the building are just like fire-scorched high stone walls and toad-faced gargoyles leering down from above. The doors are made out of bronze, but they are singed. And the bronze has been cast with hundreds of wailing demonic faces. And there's a wooden bar across the door from the outside, and the door is marked with a single word drawn in flaking red paint. Repent.
Did you say it's barred from the outside?
Yes.
Are you talking about this door, or it's like the small lower door?
This door, the northernmost door on the building attached to the wall.
Let's not go there. Let's stay away from the one that they barred from the outside. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I've heard that there were some chaos lords,
Okay,
evil
then
ones, probably trapped in there, I'd say.
Redra approaches the other door. Then.
No. Other door, Redra. Other door.
Oh, the other door. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you, sweetie.
All right,
So cute.
I got this. She approaches courageously.
Okay.
She just sees the door. That's it, right? There's nothing.
Yeah, let me see if I can describe anything for you here. Yeah, flanked by crumbling stone walls, the moss-covered tower stands proud despite the ravages of time. A tall, rust-bound portal bars the tower's sole entrance, watched over by a leering demonic gargoyle above it. Rings of deep arrow slits pierce the thick walls, and overarching battlements loom high above.
So there's a gargoyle above the door.
Yeah,
Are
So,
there
like,
windows or just a gargoyle?
there are just these arrow slits a little bit higher on the walls.
Arrow slits are like holes to shoot arrows out of?
Yeah,
or-
exactly. They're like tall, narrow. You can't fit through them, but you could shoot through them. You could look through them.
And they're like up there, right?
Yeah, they're like 15 feet up on the wall or something like that.
Okay. Red turns back and says, "Has anybody heard anything about a gargoyle?"
Siri says, I don't know about a gargoyle, but, and again, because this is a tread path, can she get a sense of any of the animals that have come through this way and like how they've been getting through this door?
There are many footprints that lead up to and ostensibly through this door, both those of animals and those of villagers.
But the door is like shut over the way the footprints would go. So
Yep.
when the door is, there's no like deer path around or
Nope.
player experience versus developer intention.
Yep, it's clear that they are moving through the door.
Yeah. Well, Redra, anyway, she saw a lot of people die today, so she's gonna be a little bit paranoid. And she's really excited about her grappling hook that she looted off the dead body of a fellow party member.
Nice.
So she's gonna try to use her grappling hook to kind of hook on the gargoyle.
Yes.
And then her goal will be to climb up that wall to see through the arrows still. So
Fantastic. Yeah. So Yeah, I think you just do this. Like it's not that hard. The gargoyle isn't that high up. It might take you like 2 or 3 throws, but quickly you get the oh wait, do you have a rope?
Grappling hook? I need a.
Yeah.
So I have just the hook and no rope?
Yeah, does anybody have rope?
Don't think so.
Oh,
We
crap.
only get what the dice give us.
It's true.
No.
I have a bridle.
Okay.
What's a bridle?
It's like what you
It's
put on a
like-
horse's face to
Yeah.
guide it around.
You could like
Oh.
unclip that into like a makeshift length of leather that you could use to assist your climb.
But it wouldn't do that much good.
I have a sack. Could I like rip it into a mini rope?
So like you absolutely can, by like cutting a sack apart and like braiding it and then like using this bridle and stuff like that. Yeah, you absolutely can put together like a makeshift length of rope. It's not going to be fancy. It's not going to be long. It's going to be like 8 feet long total. But like it's enough to get you up onto this gargoyle.
Okay.
And that's enough to get you like peering through one of these windows.
Yeah, okay. So Grolobless does that for his mother, seeing
Okay.
her struggle with her grappling hook. He uses the sack that he got and, yeah, creates a makeshift ropes and adds a couple beads on top of it because, you know, you need to look good when climbing surfaces. And he tells her, "Good luck, Mom. You got this."
Amazing. So once you've built this makeshift rope thing, it's actually pretty easy to climb. Like it doesn't require a check. You just like brace your feet against the door and climb your way up, clambering up on top of this gargoyle, and then like pulling yourself up to this arrow slit ledge. Let's see. We can delete that and then go back here to that. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Do you see all this? Yeah,
Tokens are appearing.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Yeah, I see some bad stuff.
Yeah. So you're like up here peering in through an arrow slit, and you can very clearly see that there's like this staircase that is at your level and is sort of like ends just above the door down below you. And there's this like bull-headed villager that's been twisted and mutated, and like one of his arms is just like the arm of a cow, and the other arm is a villager's arm, but with 7 fingers that are like split in the middle. Let's see, like notably, this bull-headed creature that you're looking in at is wearing this thick torque around his upper bicep. It's a thick silver torque set with skulls, and each skull is inscribed with a chaos rune. Meanwhile, you see a number of other twisted, bestial, mutated villagers down below here. And also, you see other figures down in the dim darkness within. Additionally, along the back wall, you see 7 or 8 people. They look like the villagers that are missing, or at least approximately 1/3 of them. They're hanging upside down by their ankles and are chained to the wall.
I'm sorry. Is it 1/3 like 1 out of 3 people, or 1/3 like a third of a person 3 times?
1 out of 3 people. They are
Okay.
intact people. In fact, Redra, you can actually see them like moving and struggling and just sort of like, you know, they're hanging upside down, so it's not comfortable, but they're not dead. They are still alive, but this is quite dangerous. Redra, would you roll 1d20 and try to roll lower than your luck? What is your luck score?
I have crappy luck. So like 9.
Roll equal to or less than a 9.
Ooh,
Oh!
9.
Oh.
You are incredibly lucky today, Redra, because this minotaur-headed creature doesn't see you. He's perched there. He's like close enough that you could reach out and touch, and he doesn't see you.
Does his fur look like it would be soft, or?
You know, like, he doesn't look very well bathed, but it looks like if you gave him a bath, it would probably like soap up really nice and then be really lustrous. Like maybe a little Pantene would really help the...
Yeah, I can see that. So Redra backs away, then comes back to her group, and kind of, you know, asks people to join her so that they can discuss what she saw. I don't know if the others come, but if not, she'll just tell Beverly and Siri. Growlbless comes as well with Steven. And then she makes it like really dramatic. She's like, all right, mighty adventurers,
Hagatha,
your quest.
I have bad news.
What? No, you don't.
I do.
No.
As Redra is getting ready to begin her speech, and like everybody's gathered around and she's like ready to tell the spookiest story, all of a sudden you hear a clang as the portcullis comes crashing down on Hagatha.
What?
So let's see. Let's see if Hagatha gets to make a saving throw on this.
Favorite. She's the last one I wanted to die. That's why I was leaving her in the back.
Let's see. Uh-oh. Hagatha, what's your AC? I think it's probably 10.
10?
Yeah, you got hit.
No.
It's bad news, Hagatha.
I have 3 hit points, though.
Heavy iron portcullis comes crashing down, crushing your ribs, dealing you 3 damage.
It's like the camera's over here on this, all this happening, and then like, ka-choom.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, Beverly and Siri are like into your conversation, Redra. So they kind of like look up and don't even process with everyone over here that there was even any of their party still near the portcullis.
Yeah, I don't think we even noticed that she's dead.
Nope.
Just
I think
hear
we'll
loud
find her on the way out.
I mean,
As-
we've only been traveling together a little while. It's hard to keep track of who's who.
Yeah, there's just so
you
many
know?
people.
Yeah.
As the
Tesh
light
kinda looks
fades from
around.
your eyes, you hear the sound of two bestial, twisted villagers walking overhead, looking down and admiring their handiwork, and then leaving.
Oh.
All right, gather around, folk.
Condolences, Neil.
Get my revenge.
So after heroically climbing on top of this gargoyle and looking through those arrow slits like a tactician, I saw the villagers. They're alive, hanging from their feet. I also saw dangerous creatures, twisted villagers, a little bit like the one we saw back at the village. And, oh my god, a minotaur with fur that would be so soft if it was washed, but it hasn't been.
What a shame.
I know. So we definitely should rescue them. Growlbless, I think it's your turn to prove yourself worthy. Growlbless is like, no.
We also saw the creatures on the wall, right? That knocked the portcullis down, or no?
No.
No, we didn't. Okay.
It is our duty to save those villagers. May the worthy follow me. The path to glory is through the door.
All right.
Siri and
then
Beverly
she
are kind of
starts walking.
discussing where they're like, I don't know. I think we should go back. I don't like the idea of us doing this. And Beverly is like, I have to do this. This is part of the mission. This is our freedom, babe. If we can get out of here, if I can go back with the evidence we need, we can start a new life. And as they're having this conversation, I assume, Redra, you're just going.
Yeah, she's kind of just going, but then Growlbless stops her and said, like, Can't you guys come up with a strategy to attack these guys and not just open the door?
Is there any
And
kind
then
of like
Red-
coordinated attack mechanic?
So like, not at level 0.
Okay. Well,
But of course, like Redra was talking about being up on top of this gargoyle and looking in through that arrow slit and seeing that bull-headed creature like in arm's reach, standing at the top of a stairwell.
could a sling shoot through an arrow slit?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then Shambler is going to slowly start climbing up to where that arrow slit is.
Cool.
And be like, I'll pick him off from range, and Rachel, you stay down here and help.
Agnes,
I
also. Oh, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I want to say that the grappling hook with the makeshift rope just stays there for convenience.
Sure.
Agnes, as you go by, Shambler tugs on your sleeve and whispers, "We could always smoke them out." And I'm for some reason carrying 10 pounds of wood. So
It's a great
if
idea.
we would like to maybe we could light it and stick it in there. If the door is shut, it'll screw them up. Maybe.
Well,
Wouldn't that also
won't it
screw
also
up the
give
prisoners that we're trying to rescue?
Agnes very visibly and performatively shrugs at you and says, "We just have to find them. Hopefully they'll survive." And she just kind of puts the wood near you for whatever you choose to do, and then she is actually going to just back up over here. So I'm just going to take the
Roll a
wood out of her
bless.
backpack and leave that on the ground.
Is
Roll a
Shambler in
bless
position yet?
nods.
Yeah, Shambler absolutely climbs up this grappling hook and thing and peers over the threshold in through the arrow slit. Anna, please roll a luck check for Shambler. 1d20. Aim to get less than or equal to your luck. Nailed
Did
it. Oh no, wait, is your luck 4?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh, no.
Shambler ain't no lucky boy.
You peer over the edge, and there's nobody there. And then very slowly from the side, a pair of horns appear, and then a pair of burning bull's eyes looking directly into your face. And then he bellows, "Moo!"
Can I stick him with my pitchfork?
Yeah, roll for initiative.
Oh man.
Let's see, 14. You rolled for go to
Go
VF. That's amazing. Let's add Anna with a 14. Nice. Anybody else who would like to roll for initiative could certainly do so now. Let's take a look at the initiative here.
It's an agility check.
Let's take a look at the character sheets. Points, action die, AC, luck check, rolls. There is under combat basics an entry labeled initiative, and if you click the little die next to the initiative box, then that'll add. And you're only rolling for one of your 4 characters. Roll 1d20 plus 1, and 11 for the Twisted Villagers. So I've got Anna, Rachel, Jen, and I need
Oopsies.
oh no, I've got Anna, Rachel, and Neil, and I need Jen. There you go. An 8 was
Yeah.
the original. Fantastic. Sort that. Fantastic. Okay, so Grandmeal and Siri get to act first. So I'm imagining that Shambler shouts or makes some exclamation of surprise, and that's how that's how Neil and Rachel's characters know that like it's go time. Do you want to do anything, or do you want to wait for Shambler to take their actions instead?
Grand Neil is going to strategically position herself what I think is behind like a wall that comes down here. So if they come through, maybe she can stab from the back or something.
Absolutely. Cool. Sounds good. And of course you've got, wait, you don't have other characters.
I got Grand Neil.
Aww.
Aww.
All right, Rachel, what do you do?
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm holding a mirror hand-sized. Now, this could go one of two ways. Is there any way this is like a concave mirror that I could use to start flames?
So, like, if you sat down for a while and figured this out, probably.
Nah.
But, like, not in the heat of a 10-second combat round.
All right. So it's a flat mirror, but Siri still sees this as valuable because in the few seconds she's watched Shambler like peer into the hole, you know, she realizes it's probably pretty dark in there. So she's gonna whip that out and just have that ready to like reflect in the eyes of anybody that kind of pops out the door.
Awesome.
Touch and compare in action.
So you're like shining sunlight at the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't want to get close. I only got melee weapons. This is.
And how about your other characters?
Beverly is going to just be next to Siri, ready to protect her. She doesn't quite understand what the mirror plan's going to be. She just trusts her gal.
Okay,
Agnes is in the street. She has left the wood right by the door. I don't know, there's a small chance maybe coming out the door. The wood wasn't there before. Somebody could trip.
True.
And Dune Touche is going to stay by the puppy dog Rachel and just kind of keep an eye on the situation.
All right, Anna, it's your turn. Shambler, I think, is the first one we want to see.
So now at the angle Shambler is, he can use his pitchfork to stab this
Yes, you can.
Minotaur person.
Oh, heartbreaking. A
'Cause it
9
would've
isn't
been 8.
quite enough.
Rough. That's rough, buddy. All right, Rachel, go.
Shambler, are you staying perched precariously atop this this gargoyle head?
I mean, am I protected up here, kinda? Because if there's just an arrow slit between me and what's inside, I can just kind of like use that as cover, right?
Yeah. If that's what you're angling for, I think that we would drop both your attacks and the Minotaur's attacks down to a D16 instead of D20.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so you're gonna hang out up here. What about your other characters?
I really don't want to send Rachel in first. I really don't want to do that.
You know?
So Rachel's gonna stand behind Redra and be on guard and ready for if
Fair.
something comes out. She's not gonna run into the room by herself. Fran is going to try and secure the horse and the goat and have them just stand there. And then she'll walk up, but I don't think she has enough movement really to get. Forget how to measure.
Yeah, she can really only get like this far.
Yeah. So she'll walk up to there. Stand opposite Graniel behind the other wall.
Cool. Well, all right. First things first, this Minotaur steps in front of the arrow slit and raises their weapon. Let's see what weapon they're using. It is an axe, a large, heavy axe. So they're rolling a D16 on this. Pretty sure that hits you, Shambler. The axe cleaves down, slashing through the open arrow slit, cleaving Shambler's collarbone in twain and sending them flying to the ground below. Farewell, Shambler. We hardly knew ye.
Big up, Sham.
Then you hear this, like, thump from inside, and the door comes bursting open, and this minotaur man comes charging out, followed by a number of other twisted villagers. So we've got this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then there are two more that were hidden in there that were hard to see from the position.
More enemies, yay.
I
We're all
turned
gonna
away
die.
for a second to fix my cams with Jen, and then I looked back and Shambler was dead.
Oh, you did? Yes, Shambler has been stricken.
You took that remarkably in stride.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's, I guess, to be expected.
It
Poor
is
Rachel.
what it is.
Rachel
So let's
is
see.
Devastated.
I don't think they. Well, Grand Neil, give me a luck check, and Fran, give me a luck check. Both of you just roll 1, try to get less than your luck. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Both of you succeed. So that means that the twisted villagers that are piling out of the doors don't see either of you, and therefore they can't actually get to anybody to reach them. So, Redra, it's your turn. Jen, for all of your characters.
Redra thinks back of the words, beware the well. It has swallowed many a poor soul, and wonders, what if we brought them to the well? But then she also sees a really big minotaur right in front of her.
Yes.
So I think she's just gonna hit him with a stick.
Awesome.
She had really smart thoughts, but then she's just gonna do the regular good old staff.
Nice. 17. Incredible. A whopping 1 damage to this mighty
Hell yeah.
minotaur.
She's very proud of herself.
Fantastic. How about Growlbless?
Do I get movement?
Yes. Though, if you move away, you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, she's gonna stay there. Growlbless was really into the stick throwing.
Okay.
It worked once, so why not twice? So Growlbless is just gonna throw the stick again.
Now, so roll 1d20 plus your agility, and then roll 1d2 for damage. Okay. Unfortunately, your stick flew wide, which means there's a 50% chance that you hit one of your allies. So roll a 1d2 on a 1, you do. You do not. The
It's
stick
okay.
flies
It's okay.
wide. Rachel runs over and grabs it, and then carries it back over here.
Of course she does.
Good job, Rachel.
All right, Grand Neil, you're in position. You have the surprise attack advantage. What are you gonna do?
That's right. I'm going to lawyer for either me being invisible or them being blinded relative to me if they don't know where I am for an extra +2 to hit.
Well, let's take a look at the combat actions sheet. Let's take a look. Attacker is invisible on higher ground. Blah, 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 blah. Defender is behind cover, entangled, helpless. Yeah, I mean, I think that you basically earned the +2 here for, being invisible. You're just unnoticed, but you get that. So go ahead.
I will stab with my new short sword, +2 on top of whatever this roll is. 13 becomes a 15.
15 slides directly into this twisted villager's ribs, and he falls, crumpling to the ground, bleeding out rapidly, dying immediately.
Come on, children! Surround them! We want a concave on the outside!
In the meantime, I believe all of them have a -1 to their will save. Yep, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll 1d20 -1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 2 of them go running away.
I forgot to make Steven attack.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, Steven is very interested in that.
Yes.
Go ahead
yes.
and roll a d20, and if you get a 15 plus, then Steven will obey your command.
No, Steven.
Steven's got that stick. He's real happy about it.
Need more gym badges.
Yeah. All right, then I think that's it for you, right, Neil?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Rachel, we're back to you.
Okay, Siri is a redhead, and that is a minotaur. So she is immediately going to pull her hood up over her hair. And
Okay.
step, let's see. Yeah, she's gonna have to come close to attack, right? She's going to come in by Grand Nail, because she's actually quite moved by the old woman here, and she's going to say, Grandma, look out! Hopefully not drawing any attention to you in your hidden state. And I didn't say she was smart. I just said she was good with animals. She's going to attack the one in the center, and she's got her mirror.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if there's any way that she can sort of inspire a berserk either in the minotaur with her red hair or in the center creature with the confusion from the mirror to draw the ire of its surrounding brethren, or if they're too smart for that.
So you're trying to make yourself a target?
I'm going to try and crouch. I want to crouch down as Siri, and I want to attack the monster that I'm next to that's in the center of them all from kind of a weird angle, and so it doesn't quite know, and it probably does, that I'm the one attacking it, so it would like whip about or cast about and draw attention or frustration from its surrounding baddies.
Unfortunately, the one in the center is actually dead.
Oh, well, there we go. That red X is now
killed
there.
Yep.
Grand Nail, you're great. Well, I'm still going to stand up next to you then, Grand Nail, change up everything, and say, I've got you, and attack the Minotaur. And I'm going to try and also, with my offhand, flash the light in its eyes from my mirror, if that helps.
Okay,
at all.
cool. Yep. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oof.
A 12.
To hit
Oh,
plus
that
4
hit
damage, but it does?
does.
Whoa, good. I was going to burn
4
luck, but let's
big
not.
damage, cracking it soundly over the skull. You know, you split its scalp and blood starts pouring down its snout, and it roars in your direction. Make a luck check for me, please.
Don't love it.
Love it.
Luck check.
Okay, so your mirror flashes in its eyes, and it just turns to you and bellows in fury. Not hampered, but actually enraged by your flashing.
Oh.
What do your other characters do?
Beverly, now seeing how upset the Minotaur is and that it's focused on Siri, is going to run into this open spot and immediately attack the Minotaur.
Nice.
She uses her hammer. Where is it, baby?
Ooh, not quite as good that time. What about Agnes and Dunitush?
Agnes is just straight chicken poop. She's going to hug the wall here, but Dinatush is worried about the dog, actually. This is what's going through her mind. She's like, leave the puppy alone! And she's going to whip another dagger in, because she has learned nothing to the center of her friends.
Amazing. I mean, it's gone okay for her so far, so, like, why would she have learned?
Yeah, you really need consequences, as many as 3 times before she learns. This might be that day.
1 to hit. Unfortunately, not a natural 1, so no fumbles. However, roll 1d2. On a 1, you'll hit an ally.
Wow, we've
Wow.
been so good at this.
Wow, y'all are lucking
Like,
out so
we
hard.
Beat the enemy,
Yeah.
but...
Our
Fran,
characters really don't think it can hurt their party members.
Friendly fire's off.
wait, how much? Why is that not -4? There we go, -4. That's better. Fran, go ahead and take your action. This
Fran is
this Minotaur is distracted.
Fran is just like boxed in, so she's just gonna do the same thing with her staff. No! And try to poke that one.
Amazing. Oh, nope, not quite good enough.
But Rachel,
Yes, Rachel, roll the d20 to see if you can get Rachel to attack.
Rachel is enraged at the loss of her master. It was D20 plus 2, right?
It's so hang on. First, you need to make a successful command, which for you is a d20 DC
Oops.
15 to command your dog to attack. Unfortunately, Rachel is just a little bit confused. She sees this like cow and she's like, why are you trying to make me like attack a cow? We like
because she's a
those.
herding dog. Yeah,
They give us milk. Yep. This isn't a wolf.
that makes sense. I also yell commands at Goatviev and Neil, and they're completely ineffective, and I am frustrated.
Roll a luck check for Goatviev.
When did it become Goatviev?
For Goatviev, like
Yeah,
what's her
roll
luck?
a luck check on Fran.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Goatviev takes like 5 steps towards the well,
Uh-huh.
like stares at it and goes, bah,
Yeah.
and then walks over this way.
Okay.
Yeah, that
good.
sounds about right.
Now, the fury of the twisted villagers shall fall upon you. Fury, this minotaur is bearing down upon you with its axe. Furious that you're flashing light in its eyes. Oof, whiffing hard.
Yeah, mirror lights.
This one steps forwards and also attacks you.
No, less desirable.
That's going to be +0 with a spear. Let's see. 1d20. Nope, whiffs entirely. Fran, you've got cover. So I think what's going to happen is that this villager right in front of you is going to try to attack you. Let's take a look at cover, what that gives you. Defender is behind cover, so that's going to be -2 to the melee attack. So roll 1d20 -2. Fran, you're fine. And Grand Neil, let's see
He's
an attack
fine.
in your direction. Grand Neil, what's your armor class?
I think it's 10, but I'll double check
Oh,
just
no.
in case.
Oh no, Grand Neil!
It's a 10, but she's a lawyer, so there's probably some like aversion to her personality that might give everyone a -1 to hit her. Or maybe a +1 to hit her. 'cause she's a
Lawyering for the
I'm not
lawyer.
sure.
This is a 1d8 damage, 1d6 damage here.
50-50 chance of having no players left.
Oh no.
Can Siri
yeah.
interpose?
It's over.
No.
Wait, can Siri be like, old lady, and like throw herself? But wait, hold on. How much health does she have? I would do this for you.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, no,
Stop
especially for
him.
Grand Neil.
Can we split them if I like half interpose my body?
Unfortunately not. Grand Neil has already been run through.
No.
Fortunately, there are villagers just inside, waiting to be rescued. I think now is the perfect time to take a 5-minute break, our last one for the day, and then come back for our last half hour to 40 minutes of pawns and patrons. Find out how this battle goes and what else players might discover here in the Evil Keep.